Guys, Justin here with another shave of the day, and it's been a little bit. I took kind of a week, probably two, to myself. I did shave, of course, but yeah. So we're using the Hemingway 1898+1 from the Shaving Shop Club, as you can see here, the symbol. I really like this label. I'm not sure if this was intentional or not, but the text is just a little bit raised, which makes it really, really nice. I believe this is also waterproof. I hope so, because it just got water on it. Looks waterproof to me, so a definite improvement over... Actually, I think they've all been waterproof. But yeah, very nice label. This is a tallow soap, so it has stearic acid, saponified tallow, water, coconut oil, glycerin, fragrance, sodium lactate, sucrose, lanolin, and silk. The aftershave we'll of course get to, but I think Peter said that the label was going to be, I don't want to mess it up too much, but I think he said the label on the aftershave was waterproof as well after seeing one of my videos. So hopefully nothing happens to it in the first place, but if it is waterproof, that's great. Really liking the quality of these labels. They just feel a lot nicer, and I like how they cover the entire top of it. There's no real empty spots there. So, using the Colonial razors general, first shave, I took the last razor up to 6 shaves, and I decided I can just get more, so I wanted a brand new razor for this one. As always, the Razorock Plissoft, as always as well, Gentleman John Alum block, matching aftershave, and water. So, let's get to it. Now, I did actually end up purchasing, and I'm not going to load in a bowl this time, I'm just going to load directly in a container. As you can see, it sort of looks like the other one. So, yeah. Anyway, I did purchase the Maggard's synthetic, which is, I'm pretty sure it's the same thing as Plissoft. And I'll show you real quick here. Feels exactly the same. Only problem I have with it is this thing sheds. I mean, like, it sheds like a badger. I lose 2 to 3 hairs every shave. So, not really a fan of that. I'm not sure if it's the glue or if it's the quality of the knots. But yeah, not a big fan. Alright. Oh, last shave was Saturday, so, I don't know, what's that, 6 days, 5 days? And, alright, the notes. So we're looking at bergamot, juniper, black pepper, orange blossom, vanilla, iris, vetiver, tobacco, and amber. And on his page, he said some people have called it a more sophisticated spice bomb. I've never smelled it. Never smelled Irina from Ginger's Gardens version either. Had a little bit too much water, so it's coming out of my arm. But what I can say is sort of in the middle between a dark and light scent. It's definitely got some floral notes to it, but it's not like a feminine scent. It's just nice. The vanilla and the amber kind of round out the scent. I have to say the tobacco isn't that strong. And really what I like about this is one of the few soaps that really there's no primary note that just pops out to me. It's sort of just a nice blend of all the different scents to make a really nice scent. So we'll see as the shave progresses if it gets any better. One thing I did notice, and I sort of had the same problem, I guess, with the other soap, barbershop one, is it has a really weird sort of stinky smell when I first opened the container. I let it air out for like a minute and it went away. But it was kind of strange. Scent strength, I put this as around a 6.5, maybe a 7. I gotta admit, I'm a little bit sick. I have a headache. I've been having a headache and been unable to sleep for quite a few days, probably this entire week and a little bit of last week. This apartment stuff is killing me and my girlfriend. Alrighty. Good. Alright. So, I did also order the Savoy from the Shaving Shop Club. And of course, I got a Cafe au lait soap. I think they changed the container. And that's really nice because I didn't actually like that old container. But that stuff is an amazing soap. It is a... I haven't really found another coffee scented soap like it. It's more of a very, very sweet, like Starbucks latte. So, the closest thing I could really compare it to, if you guys have tried it, is, ironically, Starbucks from WSP, but this is even more sweeter. So if you like a lot of cream and a lot of sugar, that soap is a really good one. What else here? Oh, I learned that TSE, Chris from iLather, Christopher Bailey Davis apparently does not respond to his YouTube comments, which this shouldn't start drama, but kind of annoys me if you have a YouTube channel and you don't respond to the YouTube comments. And I don't say that as a YouTuber, I just say that as someone who uses YouTube. Yeah, this is actually one that's really hard to describe, and usually I'm pretty good. I can say, it's sweet or it's spicy. It's got a little bit of spiciness to it. The black pepper really isn't that forward. If you guys have the Bohemian by the Shaving Shop, same company sort of, that one has a lot of black pepper. This is more of just sort of a rounded out scent. So I've never smelled Spice Bomb like I said, but and we'll see when we try the splash, but it's actually a pretty good, I'd say this is a gentleman's scent. It's not, it's been a minute, I forgot how it was going. Anyway. Could use a little bit more water. But yeah, this is definitely a complex scent. With a lot of the notes working in conjunction with the other ones, rather than each standing out by themselves at some point or another. Yeah. Interesting. And just looking at the notes, I'm trying to pick it apart, and I really can't. And to be fair, a lot of these notes I haven't smelled by themselves, or really in a ton of other soaps. It smells like razor. I can kind of get some of the vetiver, but it's kind of cut by like the amber and the vanilla. I do detect a little bit of tobacco, so if you guys are looking for like a heavy tobacco soap, personally, I wouldn't really see this as one. It's definitely got that note in there, so if you're looking for it, you can find it. But yeah, I think this is probably one of the first few times that I'm having real trouble describing it. Hopefully the Savoy is a little bit easier on my, I guess my nose? I don't know. But this lather's no problem. I've been doing a few test lathers with my Envy White, that custom knot I have. More and more I'm beginning to not like it. And maybe it's just Badgers as a whole. I actually don't really have any other... Oh, yeah, I have one other Badger from another company that I'm not really a fan of for shedding issues. The Envy White doesn't shed, but... Yeah, I think I'm good with synthetics, man. Alright. Yeah, that's right. And yeah. Just gonna rub my fingers on the alum block just a little bit. Yeah, let's see what else is in the works. Peter's got a new company. It's supposed to be like a retail, so I guess there's not going to be something, and I don't know how it's going to work, but from the looks of it and the way he described it to me, and what he'd said in the description when he posted some of the soaps, is that it's supposed to be the retail arm of the shaving shop, I guess, sort of. And hopefully he clarifies a little bit. But it looks like it's going to be products that he's not going to necessarily sell on his website, but to other vendors. And that actually brings up an interesting point, because now that I think about it, I don't think any shaving shop products are sold anywhere else except the shaving shop. Like, so there's nothing at Maggard's, or there's nothing at anywhere else. I think it's all on the shaving shop. So I guess the problem with that is that, you know, if someone wants to buy a Bear Stearns Man and a Razorock and, you know, a shaving shop thing, then they've got to do two different purchases. Assuming what I'm talking about is correct. If not, whatever. It doesn't really matter. Shipping charges, as long as I don't make like large purchases, don't really bother me if it's like $4 or $5. I joined the club for Peter's nose, not for the free shipping. But one of those soaps, I think it said Khalif and then Keith in parentheses. That's a cannabis scent, guys. Now, I'm always curious about these guys who, I don't know if I talk with Peter about it, but in general, I'm always curious about these guys who say, you know, I've never smelled it before, but hey, here's his soap that smells like it. So I think it'll be interesting when it comes out. I've been pestering him, I'll admit it. I've been pestering him about getting a sample of it just so I can at least see if it's real or not. I don't even want like a big sample. I just want like the oil, even. Weed oil. But anyway, this makes a really good lather, man. And I'd load it for like no amount of time. Let's see how much. Last pass, I can add some more water. I didn't want to bowl lather just because I tried that last with night music. And admittedly, Bear Stearns Man soaps are a little bit harder, but I tried it with freaking night music, and the piece of soap that I scooped out would not stay in the groove, and it kept on rolling around, and then I couldn't get enough lather. And I didn't want that to be my experience with this soap on the first try. So, I don't know who the artisan is. I don't know if Peter is doing it in his kitchen, but it's good. I don't think there's really a ton of lanolin in it, mainly because the post-shave isn't as much as, say, Sterling, or even really Bear Stearns Man. Oh, yeah, the price. So this is $15.99 for the soap and $15.99 for the splash. Which is, I think $16 is a fair price for any artisan soap. I'm especially glad that this has alcohol in it. The splash, not the soap. But if he keeps on coming out with stuff with this, and it's got an alcohol splash, I'm buying it. Same reason I like Barrister Man. It's the exact same reason I like the shaving shop, both the club and the shop. I should have said that. Anyway, is because they take risks. They don't do like a lime scented soap. They do barber shops, but they put their own twist on it. So nothing really is just the status quo with those two companies. And that's really what I like. So, you know, I like something that's, oh, I've never smelled this before. Let's try this. I just realized something. Some of you guys have been commenting on like great shave and stuff, and admittedly, I don't try to get to everyone. If you guys ask me a question in the comment section, I think I've pretty much answered everyone's question. But, yeah, if you guys just say like great shave, I'll probably like your post, but I try not to respond to every single body who just says something. But if you guys have a question, I will definitely do my best to answer you. Not to say don't say great shave, it's just I may not reply to you, and that's probably why, just because there wasn't a question, but I definitely see your post. I read every single comment, mainly because I don't have like 6,000 subs. Peter. I'm glad I wasn't the one who tested this. It's way too complex for me. So I've got Christopher Labiche making me a soap. It is based on Tuscan leather. He found an oil company, or he doesn't make the scent, he buys the oils and then adds them to his soap. But at least I think so. At least for this one he is. So he found a woman who sells the oil. I don't know. He says it's made for soap. I don't know what the difference is. But it's going to be based on Tuscan leather, which is pretty cool. It's a custom soap, but it was sort of a Kickstarter for him to add that. So it was a minimum buy of 4. Me and 3 other guys got in on it. Says it'll be out by the 7th. And I think this is going to be sort of my signature scent, because I love Tuscan leather. I love La Yuquam. Ombre leather is not bad. Tom Ford sends the Tuscan and the leather. Sorry, Tuscan and Ombre are Tom Ford sends. La Yuquam is sort of a clone, but it's a really, really nice clone, and it's much cheaper. That's a clone or clone. Anyway, sorry guys, it's late. It's been a super fucking long day. But also, I spoke to Sterling. Wish they had replied a little bit earlier. I probably wouldn't have had Chris make it, and I just waited, but whatever. They can also do it for me, just I have to wait till like mid-March, because they're busy with their whole renovation thing. So, Chris doesn't have a bad soap or anything like that. He makes good soaps. He doesn't make alcoholic splashes, and I am very familiar with the quality of Sterling. So, that's all. It's nothing personal, it's just who I'm comfortable with. Not comfortable with, but used to. And their splashes rock, man. Although, who knows, maybe a non-alcoholic splash and the cologne will work well together, as opposed to an alcoholic splash and the cologne that has alcohol in it. Both would dissipate pretty quickly, so. Alright, we are good to go. We're going to wash off, use the alum block, and then we will get to the splash. So, un momento. Not really a lot of sting. Just a little bit, but that's normal. I am taking a razor against my face. So, ingredients are just like the last one. It is witch hazel, alcohol, rose water, glycerin, aloe, juice, and fragrance. So not really a lot of stuff in here, but simple is pretty good. Let's see here. So what I really want to mention, and I don't know if I mentioned this in the last video. Yeah. Okay, cool. No smear. So I think this is actually waterproof. I really like the whole transition from having like, oh, PAA or Ginger's Garden or Barrister Man made this soap for us. Just the club. You don't need to know who the maker is. Here are the ingredients. It's our soap or our splash. So that's a really nice change. I kind of hope the shaving shop online goes the same way. But there's some retailers, not retailers, but artisans like Ginger's Garden who have that sort of telltale aftershave bottle that you'll know right away. But I think he said for this one, or not for this one, but when I talked to him last, that he had the artisan actually change bottles. This restrictor is a freaking good restrictor. I am shaking this thing and it's coming out, but it's making me work for it. That sounds wrong. Anyway. So, when you put it on, you do get that hit of alcoholic smell and maybe a little bit of rose water, something like that. But I do smell some florals. Let's see. I definitely smell the amber, vanilla. I think that may actually be, that's orange. Yeah, I definitely smell the orange blossom in this. So I really smell, it's probably going to be the iris. That's the only flower I think that's in here, except for juniper. Is that a flower? Okay, so whatever flower's in here, I do smell the florals. I definitely smell the orange blossom right away. The vetiver, don't really smell the amber, still taking a back seat. That more just rounds out the scent. Can't see my hands if I'm going like this. But yeah, this one's a lot more floral. It's still got like the backdrop of bergamot, black pepper, and tobacco to sort of keep it in that dark spot. But this is a very middle of the road scent. So if you guys like citrus scents, not citrus, but light scents, this may actually work for you. If you guys like dark scents, this may actually work for you. It's not too much in either direction. So this is actually kind of it is complex. Good job, Peter. You've been 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm getting one of the new Cafe au lait, like I said. So I think he's, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You are 8 out of 8 for me, man. So I can only imagine that this void's going to be 9 out of 9. All I can say is a good shave, good soap, good splash. Good job. Alright guys, I'm headed off to bed. I have a headache for the past 48 hours, so nighty night.